Well, hello, my beautiful Leo. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your career or money reading for the end of February right through the end of March 2024. I've already cleansed your space and I've meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about to pretend to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings. I do not take your money, e-gifts, donations. I'm not on Facebook, WhatsApp, PayPal, Telegram, or Patreon. I will never ask you for your credit card details. I'll never ask for personal details. And I'll also never give you a cell phone number to call. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Leo, this is your career and money reading. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. But before I even start, I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing your reading, and they're showing me a pendulum. Okay, so either someone is using a pendulum right now as you're listening to this reading. Maybe that's the energy that I'm picking up on. I mean, it can indicate that you have a major decision to make and you are trying to intuitively being guided towards your answer. I mean, the pendulum can also indicate fluctuating finances or a decision where right now you're kind of like sitting on the fence. One moment you want to take one path and then the next minute you want to take another. But I really feel that some of you, there's this cycle of, things changing in some way in your career. So it could be that, there are restructures going on and you're wondering if things will get a little bit more settled, or it could indicate that you are making some changes and you are feeling a little bit nervous about these changes. So let's see what's going on there. I'll get the overarching energy and then we'll get into where you're headed regarding your career. I mean, looking at it, it's very, very positive. I definitely see that you're standing out in your chosen field. And even if you've come to this reading and you're currently looking for a job and you don't have anything right now, I definitely see that there's going to be an opportunity to elevate in your career sector and get a position. But let me just get all of your cards before I move forward. 9 of Swords, so I can feel a little bit of anxiety there. Also, I can see that some of you are burning the candle at both ends. I feel some of you need better quality sleep when it comes to focus, and I definitely see that there is some kind of successful moment coming in that you will celebrate in your career in some way. And I definitely see there that some of you may even be thinking about setting up your own business or becoming an entrepreneur. There's some sort of creative branch of energy coming through there, and you may be worried about moving forward on it. Maybe it's something that perhaps you are getting organized to launch, or you are just, formulating ideas and ruminating before you take action on it. But I definitely see it's going to be very lucrative, whatever it is that you are focused on. I mean, there's the Ace of Pentacles there. But let me just get all the cards first before we get into your energy field. Whoa, very explosive energy, your chart at the moment. I mean, you've got the Empress twice. So whatever is going on in your career right now, you are going to come out on top, okay? You're truly being seen as a real force to be reckoned with, and you're very creative. You're going to be very productive. The next sort of 6 weeks for you are going to be super busy. But in that time, I feel like, you're really nourishing your career. I definitely see that you're being noticed as someone who is really great at their job or whatever it is that you do. Even, as I said, if you're currently out of work and you're looking for a position, there is a new one being offered to you, and you get to really shine and utilize your skill set in this environment. Now, this is your protagonist energy, and this is about you standing out. You are someone who is very unique. You have lots of wonderful original original ideas. Even if you work in an environment where people have certain ways of doing things, you always look at things in a different viewpoint that are very maverick, okay? Don't let anybody ever try to dull your shine in that arena, because if anyone is trying to slow you down or even reject your ideas in a career environment, it's because they feel intimidated in some way, especially with the Ten of Pentacles here and the Two of Wands with the Devil card. It can indicate that, some people have been waiting for a promotion or raise for quite some time, but they've not really invested the, talent and the energy into making that become a reality. But you are naturally gifted. You're someone who's very good at what you do, but also you put a lot of hard work behind it as well. And, some people kind of look at you like you just breezed in there and are going to rise to the top, when actually they don't see how much work and effort and talent it takes to get to where you want to go. But you're the person who is meant for the job or meant for a raise, because I see some of you being offered some sort of new income, or, it could be the start of a new project, but there's definitely financial, like an extra financial package coming in there is what I feel. But the star energy really is about you being in a new phase of your career, and it's really about embracing those new ideas. Even if you're thinking about starting off to do something different on the side, a side hustle or something creative that you're naturally gifted at, this is something that could also become, an actual career for you. But the star energy indicates a brighter future to look forward to. So I definitely see whatever, situation you're in right now, because some of you may feel like you're working in a very toxic environment, or you're in a period of stagnation where you feel there's no growth, almost like you've hit like a glass ceiling, or someone in particular is trying to keep you in a certain position to stop you from elevating, but that's not going to last for long. I definitely see the star energy of you like being recognized for your skill set and some sort of victory coming in for you when it comes to your career as well. Now, of course, the star energy can indicate that some of you, especially if you have come to this reading and you're currently looking for work, you may have been in a very toxic environment and you've left that environment now, whether you were made redundant or whether you left of your own volition. I see that a lot of you are going through a healing period. People forget that actually sometimes we need to heal from toxic work environments. Many, many years ago, I worked in a horrific place where people, they were just not very nice at all. They were actually, low workers' morale. They would talk behind your back, throw things at you, swear at you, profanities. It was a really tough environment to be in. And I let it slide and sort of stayed silent for a long time because it paid really well. And I just thought, you know what? I need to pay the bills. I need to look after my family. So I endured this toxic environment for a good 5-6 years. And of course, the universe then came along and threw me a tower and was like, we've given you all the signs to leave. And if you haven't left by now, then we're going to make it so uncomfortable that you have no other choice, or we're going to make sure that you either get fired or that you're made redundant. Sometimes, the universe steps in to put a bit of a curveball there to put you on another path, one that is more rewarding, one that is more fulfilling. So if you have gone through a very difficult experience in your current career and you're currently looking for work, it's because you're about to meet another opportunity that is going to be way more lucrative, but also way more rewarding. And I feel like you're going to be welcomed into a company or an environment where you feel like you fit in. So if you have been going through some difficulties in your current career, or you have left a job, or you've been separated from a job, you're going through some healing. But I definitely see some of you who are currently in a position thinking about putting your resume out there to find new opportunities. And with the Nine of Swords, I just get this energy that you can't take it anymore wherever you're at. I feel there's something that you're worried about there. Now, some of you, and I'm going to pull a card on it. I said this in the yearlies, you're going to see major companies and major brands that have been around for a long time. They're either going to be merging or they're going to be downsizing. This is a cycle that I saw coming even last year, and I mentioned it in some of my readings there, and you're going to see a lot more of it happening in 2024. There is a major shift going on, and some of you are wondering, if you have job security, or, if there is going to be some sort of merge, or how it affects you long term. I would definitely say if there's a merge going on in your company right now and they're giving you like new contracts to sign, please make sure you look at the fine print, because, if you've been working in an environment for quite some time and then suddenly you're given a new contract, then anything that went before is nullified. So if there were any benefits or bonuses or anything that you had in your previous contract, this may be taken out of the new one. So I feel like you get to decide whether you want to connect to that or whether you want to move on, okay? But the star energy is to be like clear thinking, having lots of new ideas. If you're taking like a presentation in the next 6 weeks as well, or you have to give some sort of meeting to people in positions of power, or hierarchical, positions, or coming to assess your work in some way, I actually see that there's nothing to worry about. I see that you're very gifted and very talented, and this is being noticed, okay? You are not going to go unnoticed in all the hard work that you've been doing. Now, the Nine of Swords, of course, it indicates like needing better quality sleep, but it can also indicate that some of you, you've lost that loving feeling a little bit for your current circumstances in your career, and you may be trying to find new ways to revitalize your spirits regarding that career, because you put a lot of work in, a lot of effort. But the Nine of Swords can also indicate that some of you, there is a call to faith here. It can indicate that, you may be worried about something, but actually it doesn't transpire that it's anything negative. I feel, everything that's coming towards you is actually really positive here. For some of you, it can even be that you're going to be offered a promotion, and you may be a little bit nervous about stepping into that role, because although you're really good at what you do, I don't feel like you have such a large ego that you think you're the best. So it may actually trigger some anxiety about stepping into that role, but know that you are so gifted and you're actually in control of everything, and you deserve that promotion because you're really good at what you do and you care. Not only do you care, but you also have talent, and I see you really rising to the top. There's a lot of success here headed for you in your chart, but because you put the work in, and also, you are learning to have confidence in your abilities. So don't let a moment of feeling a little bit anxious get on top of you there. I definitely see that things are working in your favor. Now, the Nine of Swords can also be about new possibilities on the horizon. So it could be that you're putting your resume out there and you feel a bit nervous, especially if you haven't put your resume out there in the job market for quite some time. It can be a little bit daunting, but with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like you're going to be scooched up in no time. I definitely see that something is going to be offered. It's round about the end of February, March, okay? It's on the cusp. So I feel this is more money, because you're going from an Ace of Pentacles to a Ten of Pentacles. So I definitely see that you're attracting more money in some way. Now, for some of you, not all of you, I'm getting an energy that if you work in a very toxic environment, I feel like there is a potential to be offered some sort of opportunity to step up. Now, it feels that it's a great role, but at the same time, I feel like there's like so much extra work that you'll be tied to it, and it feels like the money is only a small increase. And I feel part of you is looking at it like, okay, it's a new title, it's really good, it's a stepping stone, but at the same time, at what cost? So some of you may be really trying to make a decision about something that is offered to you in the coming weeks. And looking at your energy, I feel like you're trying to find the right partnership at this time. I feel like you want to enjoy your work a little bit more. I feel that you are trying to do something that, of course, brings in money, but also gives you the opportunity to really utilize your skill set, to, really forge ahead with your passions and, have harmony in relationships at work. Because the Four of Wands is to enjoy where you're at. It's to kind of let your hair down, feel like you're in a place where you belong. But it's also about, vibing with the right people and working together. The Four of Wands actually is about preparation as well, stability. So I feel some of you are wondering if you're stable in your current environment. And looking at the chart, I see that you are. But I feel some of you are thinking about the future and you're looking further afield for a new opportunity because you want to stretch your capacity to elevate in your career. And I feel like some of you are leaving. You're just waiting for the right moment to leave a position in order to embrace a new opportunity. And that new opportunity is coming in here. When you get an Ace of Pentacles, it means the start of something that brings in a lot of fortune. It has so much potential to help you elevate, but also this is material gain. So I feel with the Nine of Swords there and the Ace of Pentacles, some of you are going to be offered something in your current circumstances, but you may feel like the amount of work that goes with it is not worth the amount of money that is being offered. So you may need to, be bold and daring and try to negotiate a better deal. Otherwise, I feel like you're moving on. You're moving to something new because aces tend to be new opportunities. But this is definitely an energy of success, okay? With the star energy, I mean, some of you, if you want to be famous or in the public eye, this is a really prominent time for you to elevate. And I definitely see that you have a very strong ally, someone who really likes what you do, is trying to elevate you. Now, for example, if you're like an artist or a musician or an actor, you may have like an agent or a manager, someone who's on your side who is trying to help you elevate. They may have some really great news and try to partner you with the right job or the right opportunity as you move into March. And I feel this is something that you can establish as your own. This may even be a long-term role, okay? And for a more localized kind of energy, for people who do not want to be famous, I feel this is about you establishing yourself in a new role or a new department where you can actually, truly be seen for what you have to offer in that role. But the Ace of Pentacles tells me it is a start, but it's also about you, aligning yourself with success. Imagining all that you can be and recognizing that actually you are making an impact in your chosen field of where you desire to work, okay? This is you aligning yourself completely with success. Now, we do have the Devil card. If you're ever going to get the Devil or the Tower in a reading, you want it in this position because it's like you got it in the reverse, okay? The Devil card indicates you're not letting fear or anxiety get in the way, but also the Devil card can indicate, you deciding to leave a situation that has been very, very toxic, or if you've had like a toxic exchange with someone in your career sector, whether it's like Beryl from accounts, or whether it's like somebody who's in your industry that you feel is not helping you with progress, or even someone who does not support your goals and dreams. This is you kind of distancing yourself from that energy, because I do feel there's an energy here of envy. Okay, I will pull a card on that for you. Okay. We have the Queen of Wands. Now, the Queen of Wands is your energy, and it's a Leo card. So this is about your vitality. People like you. You have a natural magnetism, which, is half the battle in any career or industry. You pay attention to detail. You're someone who inspires others, but also you actually have a lot of talent. So you're in a very powerful position. And I feel there is someone here who wants to help you. Whenever you get a Queen of Fire, a Queen of Wands there, it indicates that, you are capable of very strong connections in your chosen field. And that there is someone who is trying to help you because they see your vision, and there's part of you that they see in themselves. But there's also someone who's a little bit more of a loner that you may know in your career sector. This person, I feel there's envy there. Okay, I feel actually that this is someone who's a little bit older than you. I get this energy that they're kind of looking at you, that you're younger, that they haven't had the opportunities that you're about to be given. And it's almost like they don't want to be told by a younger person how to do stuff because you are a maverick, you have really original ideas, and they're kind of going, you know what, we don't do that here, because they feel they're kind of established in the role, but they're also a little bit envious and fearful that you are like on a path that they feel they were not bold enough to take. I mean, it doesn't have to be someone older, but I feel their energy is very kind of like stuck in their ways. There's a way of doing things, and they don't like anyone to, break conformity. It's almost like anyone, like even if it's like a filing system that has been really outdated and you're like, come on, we could like utilize a better way of filing this system. We could actually put everything online and document it with dates, and we could look things up in like seconds rather than have to go through a filing system. And it's almost like the people who are there like, I don't know, we've always done it like this. I'm not really sure if we want to do it another way. And you're like, but it would literally like half your time. So it would help you in the long run. And you're like, yeah, I still don't know if I want to do that. And you're like, oh, So I feel there's someone here in your energy who is kind of envious of your position and that you're about to have like a lucky break. I also want you to be aware the Tower energy is a restructure. So it could be that suddenly you hear that there is some sort of change in your current circumstances, whether it's, an office move, or if there is some sort of I feel like it's almost like there may be some management leaving, for example, and suddenly you are told about new roles that you could go for. But I feel like you sort of notice that any new roles that are available in your current place of work, there's a lot more work there. And you may feel that you'll be in the office a lot longer than you should be with like only a little bit extra pay, okay? Because the Hermit can indicate that you feel a little bit jaded about the circumstances, or you're just a little bit fed up with the circumstances. Some of you may even feel like you're a little bit alone in your current circumstances. Maybe this person that I'm feeling, maybe they tried to micromanage you in some way, but I actually feel like you'll be shocked that this person either leaves or is asked to leave, because I feel this energy of this person, they're not going to be in the environment for much longer. So I feel it'll be a much nicer working environment, and then you get to see if you want to stay or not, okay? But the Devil card really indicates that, if you see this figure, it's like a hand, right? And it's creating a shadow that looks really ominous. The moon in the background indicates uncertainty, and as you can see, we've got the theatrical curtains there, which is like drama. So it can indicate like fear is presenting as real, but actually it's not real at all. There's nothing to worry about. But also I feel there could be someone who's been causing a lot of drama for quite some time in your current circumstances, and there's a bit of reshuffle going on, and I feel like, they're just going to be moved on. I feel like they're being made redundant. That's the energy that I'm getting. So I have to take it as I can feel it right now. Now, some of you beautiful Leos, you already work for yourself. You're an entrepreneur. And I definitely see some of you may partner up with a person or a certain company or a brand. And I feel like it's very lucrative. Okay. I feel an energy of teamwork, people coming together, but it could also be networking. I see you expanding on your business in some way. And this is something that you've been planning to do for quite some time. The Two of Wands there, it indicates you may be waiting for some sort of decision, okay, or you have to wait for a result on something. Some of you beautiful Leos out there have been in training to upskill, and you're waiting for a certification, or you're waiting for the right moment to get a qualification that helps you move into a higher pay bracket. And I feel like you're going to reach that goal, and you're going to be so proud of yourself. But the Two of Wands there in this position, it can indicate a delay of money, especially since we've got the 10 of Pentacles there. It's in the resistance position. Two of Wands also in the resistance position. So it can indicate that some of you, especially if you're freelance, you may have been waiting for a client to pay you and it's been delayed. You will get that money by the end of March, okay? I actually see that you'll get the money before the middle of March. I feel like the second week of March, it's been delayed, but I feel, you will get it. And I feel like you'll get it without having to go to like a legal governing body. But I feel like you've had to keep forcing the issue in order to get it, which is not professional at all. So I really feel sorry for you, my beautiful Leo, that you've had to wait so long, but you will get that money is what I see, okay? Now, some of you have a money-making idea. You're really gifted, very talented, and I feel like you're going to be very productive. You've been super busy anyway. I feel like you have a money-making idea that you've been sitting on for quite some time. This is going to be so lucrative, okay? Because anything that's in the resistance position, it will turn into the upright by the end of the 6 weeks. So I feel like, there is an increase in your finances. You're aligning yourself with financial security. You're putting yourself in a really good position, and you have a wealth of knowledge in whatever career sector you have chosen to work in. And your outcome energy is very, very positive and auspicious anyway. It tells me that you reach a goal, that you learn a lot about your profession, a lot more in the next coming weeks. So it may be that you learn more about people's motivations, or, what people are really up to behind the scenes, or why things got really toxic or weird. You could also hear that a company is being merged with another, or there's some sort of downsizing going on there. And although you're worried, I actually see that you get offered some sort of position to stay. There's an incentive to stay, but you kind of look at this and think, it's not really the incentive I was hoping for. So you can negotiate a better deal, or I feel, that I just get a sense here that some of you may actually decide to move on to another company and, basically showcase your skills there. And I feel like you'll be elevated in that new position quite quickly. You'll go from one role that you start at to another role, even like in the middle of the year. I feel like there's elevation, promotion, and new money coming in there as well, a raise. Now, your outcome energy, we can't ignore that there are two empresses there, okay? Male or female, not a gender-specific reading. It's about the energy. So this means that you are putting your own needs first and you're creating healthier working boundaries, okay? Sometimes, especially if you do something that you love, if you're an entrepreneur, for example, it can be really hard to switch off. You may feel like, yay, you're not doing a 9-to-5 job, but actually, yay, you're doing a 24/7 job because your, business is on your mind all the time. You're thinking about ways to expand it. You're trying to find the balance between doing something that you love and being obsessed with it to make it a success. But at the same time, you need to find balance to be with your friends, your family, and have some time off to really have some me time or recharge your batteries. And I feel that's something that you really are in need of, even though it's only like, I'm doing this reading in the middle of February. So I feel like even though we've just started the year, I feel like some of you are still really exhausted and really looking at how you can move forward in your career. Also, this card tells me that you're going to be super busy, but also I feel this is about you birthing new ideas or trying new things out. And some of you may actually be returning to work after a period of, taking some time out, like maternity leave. For example, if you've been raising children or even paternity leave, I definitely get a sense that some of you may be returning to the working environment and you just feel like things have changed, even though you've been out for a certain period of time. But I feel, it's like a duck to water. You get right back into it. And I feel there's going to be a lot of success and growth in your career as well. Okay. Now, this part is probably not going to resonate with everyone. Some of you, if you decided to retire, for example, some of you may be thinking about re-entering the working environment because economic situations have become a little bit difficult and things are fluctuating. So you may actually try to find really creative ways to re-enter the job market. And this could be through like painting, pottery, or writing a book, or, blogging or doing something online. I feel some of you are thinking about getting back into the working environment. And some of you, if you're thinking about like coming to retirement age, you may actually decide to become a consultant, okay, where you don't quite, step fully into retirement. You just work on your own time, your own hours. And I also feel this is going to be very lucrative. You'll get paid more money to be a consultant than your sort of typical 9-to-5 job. And I feel some of you out there are thinking about that, okay? I have to honor all the energy that bursts up in a reading, and I can definitely feel it happening here. But the Empress energy is all about owning your creativity. It actually connects to promotion when you have it in a career reading, but it also indicates an increase in your finances and that abundance is headed your way for all the hard work. Because the Empress, no matter what age you are, it is about all the work and the investment, the seeds you already have planted and that you are nurturing. They will become very prosperous for you. So I definitely see that you're headed in the right direction there. Now, we do have that Temperance card. Okay, the Temperance card is all about balance in moderation, but I feel like you're blending your skill sets. Okay, so if you are moving into a new career sector completely, so say for example, you always worked in the banking sector and then suddenly you decide you want to be a counselor to help people in some area, you can utilize your, client relations or your compassion. And, it's almost like all your skill set kind of flows over into the new role is what I'm seeing there as well. But the Temperance card with the 3 of Pentacles, you did get the Temperance card here. I was feeling that the most. That's the main energy I'm feeling. This is about you actually being on your true life's purpose and meaning path. So a lot of you are thinking about, either networking with that Three of Pentacles, but the Temperance card is like utilizing and blending your skill set. Some of you may even, and this is really not going to resonate with everyone, but I am feeling it there, there may be someone that you know who comes to work at the job that you're in. And they may reach out and say, hey, I'm now working for the same company as you. And you're like, what? That's crazy. But it's awesome at the same time. Some of you, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you may hear of a friend who has decided to take a leap of faith and work in the same sector as you, or, do something that you do. And I feel both of you could collaborate or, brainstorm ideas off each other as well there. But that Temperance card indicates harmony. Some of you may even have second streams of income. And I feel it's really about not spreading yourself too thin just to make sure that you're on top of things, because I feel like you are going to be very busy. When you move into March, it is going to be so fast paced. So the Nine of Swords is telling me that you definitely need good quality sleep, because things are going to get uber busy. I don't even know why I'm using the word uber. That's not my... That's not a word I normally use. So either some of you are thinking about like second streams of income, like working as an Uber driver, or perhaps you're thinking about moving to a career in Germany, for example. They use that word Uber. So I'm not really sure. Please take it as it resonates. I mean, it could even be that some of you are moving to a company that has Uber in the name in some way. It doesn't have to be the actual company, but please take it as it resonates. It's not going to resonate for everyone. Now, there is a major energy coming out with this Three of Pentacles. There is people talking about you behind the scenes about how awesome you are. Don't get me wrong. There's one person who's a little bit envious because they're not capable of taking the path of success that you are on currently. And, that's their journey. It's not yours. So don't allow them to dull your shine. But there is someone who is talking favorably about you and what you do. As you can see there, this person is elevated on like a pedestal there, and these two people are discussing that person. It can also indicate that there's going to be better teamwork this month. If you work in a toxic environment, for example, and you're just trying to wait it out until a new opportunity comes, you're actually going to see people, especially in March, just be a little bit nicer than usual, which you're going to be like, maybe I don't have to leave. Maybe things have changed, but actually things have not changed. I feel it's just planetary alignments, just making people feel less pressured than usual. And then the pressure will pick up the pace in that environment at the end of March again. Okay. But that Three of Pentacles, it indicates that you're very careful about your work environment right now, that you're being clever, you're waiting for the right moment to action certain things, and you're currently weighing up options. Okay. Three of Pentacles can also indicate that you're dedicated to whatever it is that you do, but currently you are the architecture of your dreams. And if you feel that you're in a place where there is no growth and things are not taking shape, then you are taking a moment to change your circumstances for the better. And I see that you're going to take a lot of pride in your work and recognize that actually you are really good at what you do. And I feel there's a new position coming in that will reflect that there for you as well. Now, of course, we also have the Chariot card and we have the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant indicates some of you are taking a course of learning or just finishing a course of learning. But this is also about having faith that you're going to be in the right place at the right time to meet the right opportunity. And you definitely are. You have a lot of knowledge already, but some of you may want to upskill at this time. So you may put yourself on courses of learning or try to put yourself there to get a certification or qualification to help you. But ultimately, the Hierophant can indicate that help is available. And what I mean by that is sometimes, you tend to be the sort of person, my beautiful Leo, you're so gifted and talented, and, you have that vitality about you that you can do it all. Okay. You're trying to do all of the things, spin all of the plates, and sometimes it's a lot. And one of the lessons some of us are meant to learn is about delegating. So some of you may have to delegate something at work, or, for example, if you want to take a class in like college after work or something like that, and especially if you have children, you may have to get a friend or a family member or a babysitter to kind of like delegate some of the work so you can actually focus on your studying. So I feel some of you may have to like rearrange some plans in order to do something that you really are trying to accomplish at this time. For some of you, it could be that well, I'm getting two energies from there. One is that there is someone in a position of power who is noticing what you do and really wants to help you elevate. And you're going to have someone who is an ally that reaches out very shortly in the next 6 weeks, makes themselves known that they are there to help you and help you elevate. They may even put in a good word for you to get a promotion, raise, or some sort of like new project that is really lucrative that perhaps other people are trying to get at this time. Well, it's meant for you, whatever this is. Okay. And the other energy I've got here is with the Hierophant, it's like some of you may get advice in your career. So it could be someone gives you a piece of information about how to proceed or how to set up a second stream of income, or it feels like someone who believes in you. I just get this energy of someone who kind of looks at you and thinks, you know what, Leo is on a path to success. I'm going to give them this like golden nugget of advice, and they wish themselves that someone had helped them, but no one did. It's almost like they may tell you like a pitfall, something to avoid. Maybe like, okay, you know, if you're thinking about working for that company, avoid them because they're going bankrupt. Or it could be like work for that company because they're doing really well right now. They're really about to take off, and you could really manage this project and become someone who is like really well known in the industry. I just feel like there's some level of information being offered to you in the next 6 weeks that you're going to grab with both hands, and it is instrumental to your success. So look out for who this person is, okay? I feel like they're quite established in the career sector. So for example, if you're someone who works online, right, and you are on social media platforms, someone who has been watching your stuff could just reach out of the blue and say, you know what, I love your stuff. I love your content. And just because I feel like this person is well known, they're famous, or they are really high up in the industry. And just their comment alone makes people look at your stuff even more and see how gifted you are. It's almost like they shine a spotlight on something that you do, and now you're known for what you do. So I'm just picking up that energy there. The Chariot card is a very goal-oriented card. It tells me that you're dedicated to making progress. You've committed yourself to this path, and you will be victorious. You have a lot of willpower to make things happen. And yes, you know, there's always bumps in the road. There tends to be obstacles that come in our path, but you are capable of taking action and overcoming any obstacles that come your way. This is a card that indicates that you are steadfast and you are in self-control mode, and you will be victorious in any area of your career that you are dedicated to and are motivated to find success in. You will be very accomplished, shall we say. Now, of course, the Chariot card, some of you are moving on to new positions, but it could also indicate some of you are thinking about emigrating or thinking about different areas in the world that you would rather work. So some of you you may be doing a lot of traveling for work, or you may be thinking about where you belong in the working sector. But also, I feel some of you may be seconded to different branches, okay? And it could be that you meet new people in your career that help you on your path, because I do feel like there's a helping hand coming in here as well. But ultimately, what I see is that some of you may be setting up second streams of income or have ideas to do like a side hustle that is actually going to become something very, very lucrative indeed. But also I see on your personal kind of level, I see a lot of you saving for a large purchase. Now, this could be property, it could be real estate, it could be a car for some of you. Some of you may even go into a career where there is a company car. But also I feel this is about you utilizing your willpower to save. Okay, I feel like you're keeping a tight rein on your finances there, and I feel like you are building generational wealth. That's what I see your goal is, and I feel like you will reach your goal. Okay, of course it's going to be a lot of hard work, but I see that you are capable of that hard work, and I feel that you are on the right track. Now I'm just going to get some final cards before I close your reading. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Great Angels. Can you please guide? Okay, so first one here we have is perspective, a different view of things. Okay, and it says here, being objective, long run, creative work, and shiny objects. Okay, so I mean, in the long run, I feel like you're creating job security. I feel like you are going to be in a period of saving, but also I feel like you have your eye on some prize and you will reach your goal. But some of you, it feels like there's a little bit of a sidestep or a plot twist to your current circumstances. I feel, it's like a very clever move that you're making. I mean, the next card is clever ploy, and I feel this is really connected to someone who is very envious of you. So, it's almost like you're giving this person nothing to be envious about. You're so kind of like clever in how you deal with this person, so that other people, they look at that person like, why are they being so mean? Or why are they kind of like ostracizing you or micromanaging you? So I feel like keep being your wonderful self, my beautiful Leo. Don't change who you are and how gifted and talented you are. Talent rises to the top. No matter whether there's any haters out there, it's only going to fuel you even further to get to the top and reach your goal. And they're just going to be looking at you from the sidelines like, whoa. Nothing can stop that, Leo. They are unstoppable, and that is the truth. We've got step up your game, outwit them, negotiate, wise tactics, and behind the scenes. As I said, something is like being orchestrated behind the scenes. Could be a merge, could be a restructure, or it could be some like new information, like a promotion or a role is being made available and it's being offered to you. But also I feel like, you are able to negotiate a better deal for yourself. So whether that's in your current circumstances or in a new role, I feel like you are moving in a direction where you hold a lot more power than sometimes you give yourself credit for, okay? Now we also have confidence. That's a wonderful peacock. I always say peacock yourself, let yourself shine. You were born this way. You were naturally born to stand out. You're gifted, you're talented, and of course you've learned to hone that craft and you've learned some skills along the way to help you elevate. There's no point in hiding those skills. Show yourself off, not in an egotistical way, but in a natural, authentic way, because that is an indication that talent will naturally rise to the top. It says, walk your talk, bold action, being happy at work, meaningful, rich, and outcome. I mean, it literally says rich outcome. So I definitely see with that 10 of Pentacles there, you are on the path to increasing your finances and creating financial security, not just for you, but for your family as well. I mean, some of you may also have noticed that someone perhaps in your family may not have completely supported your goals because they may not have understood them, or they just may be fearful for you that you're reaching for something that is bold and daring and different, and they are just worried that, things may not go in your favor, especially if, when they were out in the working environment, those opportunities just were not available to them. So they may not be really able to understand, especially if it's, something connected to like technology or something that is just a little bit new. For example, there's so many different new things that could be studied at college these days, like a fashion buyer or someone who is, going to create like incredible music for movies in a digital way or something. I don't really understand all these things myself, but it feels like you're doing something bold and daring and different. But this person, whoever this person is in your family, I feel like actually they really admire you, but they're just worried that, if things didn't go well. But I feel they're going to see that you elevate and thrive and it's going to go so well for you. And they're actually really proud, okay? Now, I'm just going to get some final cards for you. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide? Okay. They want me to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Leo? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to be aware of? Okay, so we have money coming in slowly, slow progress. I mean, right at the end of March, as I said, mid to end of March, it's going to get really fast paced, okay? But it says here, moving for work. So some of you that came up there, you may be moving for work in good time and the long term, which is all about security. Also, we have secret stash, saving pennies, finding money, acting, assistant, hidden potential, and the unknown. There's also an energy here of theft. Okay, now I'm not picking up that in this particular reading. Now, of course, keep an eye on all your possessions at work in the working environment, but more than anything, safeguard your ideas, because I feel there's someone here, they may try to either micromanage you, but also have the potential to take an idea that you've had and kind of make out that it was their own. So just watch out for that as well. And if you are an inventor or you're creating something, make sure you copyright or patent your work as well. I don't see anything untoward, but I feel like there could be like lurkers, especially if you're on social media. You could put something out there on the internet, and someone could be like, that's a really great idea. Maybe I'm going to do it myself. And then they try to like fast track the process so they can get there before you, patent it or copyright it. So just watch out for that as well. I do apologize. My neighbor's got a new dog, which is really beautiful. But every time he pops outside, he's literally up against the wall and window here, barking away. So I hope you can still hear me. I do have this wonderful new microphone that cancels out sound, so maybe you can't even hear him. But anyway, we've got Spiral. Okay, now Spiral, it says out of control, climbing the ladder. So as I said right at the beginning, some of you are elevating into a new position and you may feel like a little bit out of control, a little bit nervous that now you're stepping up your game and you're in uncharted territory. You know, sometimes when people are like super successful, they are plagued with doubt or imposter syndrome. And it's most important to recognize that you are there for a reason. You're there because you're really gifted and talented, but also people around you see you as gifted and talented as well. So you deserve to be there. So don't let those doubts creep in. It's really important. You've got an upward trend, revisiting a job, promotion, connections. But I actually feel the revisiting a job thing, I'm just getting an energy from someone that you know, like either joining a workforce that you are currently in. And I mean, for some of you, it could be, as I said, that you may be revisiting a job because you've been a parent, raising children, you're re-entering the workforce after maternity or paternity leave, or if you've been retired for a period of time and you've decided to sort of revisit a career, that has come up in your reading, and that card kind of clarifies that there as well. It's going to be very lucrative, and you're going to find a peace and a joy in whatever it is that you do. And we've got Buddha, which is life purpose, more than just money. Spiritual wealth, counselor, being guided, and divine path. And I think I even mentioned counselor earlier. You know, you may be working in the banking sector and decide to become a counselor or do something to help people. So that may be something that you are currently doing or trying to do at this time. But it's more about finding satisfaction in your working environment, moving away from toxic environments, having healthier working boundaries. You know, if someone comes to delegate all their work on you all the time, and you've just been taking it, now's the time to say, you know what, I would really love to help you, but unfortunately I've got this other thing on and I've got a deadline, so I really need to work on that first. And if I've got time, I'll come back to you, which really says, you know what, go away, do your own work. But if I could, I'd help you. And you're kind of left with that like, oh. So they can kind of see that you're being really nice, you'd love to help them, but at the same time, you're putting your own needs first and establishing a boundary that says, you can't take advantage of me, okay? So step away. So I definitely get that coming through there as well. Now, I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. Okay, we got lots going on here. We got scissors, okay? So some of you could be literally, you know, cultivating your landscape in your working environment, you know, basically cutting off anything that's not working for you, finishing projects, you know, meeting deadlines. But also I feel like you're going to hear of someone that is going to be let go. Okay, I feel that's happening there as well. And I mean, for some of you, if you've already been let go from a working environment, I feel like this gives you an opportunity to remodel what you do and step into a new role that makes you feel really excited. It almost like puts the passion back into things. Now, we also have the crown. So do remember that you're in a very powerful position. There's an energy of knowingness here that you're going to be successful. And you know, Leo, it's represented by the lion, the king of the jungle, or the queen of the jungle, you know, always represented with a crown. So this is about recognizing that you are a very talented human being that is destined for a very powerful position. We also have angel, which is you being guided to, a role or an opportunity, or being protected during difficult times, especially since economically there are some major changes that are coming to the job markets in general. Okay, but I feel like you are protected and redirected. I always say this: rejection is protection and redirection. And sometimes, many years ago, I was doing a bit of freelance work after, of course, I left the toxic environment, and I was working for this company. They were nice, it was just to get by. It was a couple of weeks' work at a place, and there was a client that came in there and said, "I'd like to poach you for my own company. You're really good at what you do." And I was like, okay, wow. And they even told me how much salary they wanted to pay me, and something in my intuition was like, I'm not sure though. There's something weird about this. But anyway, went for the interview, blah, blah, blah. And again, there was something just wasn't right about it. And the company that I was kind of like freelancing for, they said, "Oh, that client of ours," this was a couple of weeks later after I went for the interview. And I kept it all hush hush. I didn't tell anybody. But they were like, "Oh, you remember that client that came in? That person, they're in here because they're going bankrupt." And I was like, OMG. So the universe kind of like threw me a bit of a curveball and also gave me the intuition to avoid a certain role. So even if you go for an interview and it didn't go your way, there is a reason behind it. And I was super lucky because I could have done so much work for that person and they went bankrupt and they wouldn't be able to pay me. So, sometimes rejection is protection and redirection towards something better. Now, we also have, the Anka there, which is to lead with your truth. It's also about divine knowledge, and it's about protection and guidance towards something better, and to have faith that your circumstances are about to change for the infinitely better. And we also have a ship there. So some of you are really busy because you're tying up loose ends, trying to get ready to go on a vacation. And if there's someone that you're having to train at the same time as, do your work, this person, when you come back from your vacation, you're going to see that this person, they just coasted for the money. Okay, they didn't really make an impact in the role. They didn't actually do half the tasks that you trained them to do. Okay, so don't be surprised, but at the same time, I feel it really highlights how good you are at what you do and how much work you actually do, because this person didn't do it while you were away, okay? Now, we also have the ship there, which does indicate some of you are literally moving from one position to another, or you're going to a different role, but also some of you are thinking about working overseas, or you're thinking about what country would suit you best in terms of your career. And some of you are about to embark on a new career journey or a new financial journey that is going to be very rewarding. Okay, something that is connected to a dream or a goal, and I feel like you're going to make it happen. So very exciting times ahead, my beautiful Leo. I hope something resonates in this reading for you. If it does, please like and subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press a little bell that lets you know when I update my next message. It lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Pay close attention to any new ideas. They are being given to you for a reason, okay? Thank you so much, and love and light.